Brand new book one is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She's a leadership coach for people who look successful but feel stuck. No other than Miss Carla Coates. Welcome, Miss Carla on Book 101 Review. Can you please introduce more about yourself that I miss?
Oh, sure thing. So I am out of Maryland and United States. And I started off coaching because I wanted to learn more about leadership. And I spent quite a bit of time in a junior executive role. And then I took an early retirement because I wanted to open up my own business. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take those two certifications and I'm going to coach people at the mid-level leadership. And I wanted to be able to help them to excel so that they could get that executive position.
Yes, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world, Miss Carla. Thank you. So today let's talk about successful on the outside, stuck on the inside. The leadership truth no one talks about. The title suggests a painful paradox. You can be winning publicly while withering privately. If you took an honest inventory right now, how much of your success is invisible to the outside world, and how much of you hidden from everyone who is admires you?
Mm. I tell you, Daniel, one of the things I've noticed about my career is that you can be promoted and think that, you know, everything is great because, they selected you for this high level position. And
Mm,
at the same time, within you don't have what it takes. So you start to fear and you start to think, am I going to be fired? And I always say, if you're fired, that means no income. No income really means no money. So you
sure.
start to build up all these thoughts of how
Wow.
can I how can I sit there and just continue with my same way of doing things, how I treat people, because we notice how we treat people, how I conduct myself in meetings, just how I am in networking parties. I am not who I should be. But to the world, they see, oh, this person just is in a new role. To the world, they see you, leading a lot of people, but you just know within something's not right. I'm not getting the responses that I want. I'm not having a meaningful conversation with my staff, my employees, and I'm not getting having a meaningful conversation with my leadership. I'm just sitting there thinking, when is the hammer gonna hit me on my head?
When the Hummer. I like that, Miss Carla. We celebrate promotions, titles, and achievements as if they are the final destination. But
Yes.
what happens when you arrive at the destinations you have been chasing for years and discover you don't actually want to be there?
Hmm. Okay, Daniel, I've been there. I thought the
Hmm.
problem was my team because I thought at the time I had a lousy team. So I'm here in this
Okay.
position, and it actually happened to me, I would say about 3 times. But I'm here in this position, and I'm feeling like this is not what I want, where I wanted to be. I'm now in this position for a couple of months, and I'm feeling like, I'm stuck. But then a lot of us don't think that we have within us to reach out for help. And my help was simply reaching out to other people, reaching out to other executives, because I wanted to get to that role, but also hiring a coach. I said prayers. I was like, Lord, help me, because I don't know what to do. But I reached out to coaches to help me, different coaches to help me. I reached out, like I said, to executives. I had mentors, and I also, this is the crazy thing. I also received help from my employees. You'd be surprised. People who work for you have a phenomenal, just a plethora of knowledge that you would sit there and think, uh, I'm too prideful. I can't ask my staff for help. Sometimes they know far more about leadership, especially the work, but they know far more than you do. Actually, one of my favorite mantra for my business is, if you take care of the people will take care of your mission. That came from my employee. She still lives in Florida, and she shared that with me. And I thought, that's the type of leader I want to be. But it's a lot of reaching out to people and not sitting there in your head thinking day to day with your head down, whether it's remote working or you're in an office somewhere, that I am just stuck. I don't like this. It's reaching out beyond yourself, because there is help to be had, plenty of help for you to be able to develop and get out of your, this is a crazy word, get out of your unstuckness.
Mhm. Get out. Get out, people. Leadership culture often rewards the appearance of having it together. Whom in your life knows that full truth about you're really doing, not curated version, but the exhausted, confused, or lonely one.
Hmm. The loved one, your loved ones can see that, they know the true you.
Mm-hmm.
They know when you leave your home and you're feeling your whole body is shifted down. I know probably people can't see me, but your whole body is shifted down. They
Mm-hmm.
know that face, they know when you go. I used to tell my cousin sometimes, when she felt down, and then all of a sudden someone would come around us and she would perk up. And I said, "Oh, you have an F smile." The F smile was just my crazy way of saying, because I know phony is not spelled with an F, but that was her phony smile. But they know about you. They know that. And a lot of family members, they don't know how to help you in some situations, especially in a leadership position. They don't necessarily know how to help you, but I would say always let them know, verbalize it. It's got to come from the mind and it's got to come out of the mouth. Hey, I'm having a tough time. I'm having a tough time at work. Matter of fact, I don't even know what to do. And they'll say, "Yeah, I can see it all over your face. I don't know the internal workings of your heart and your mind, but I can see it all over your face. I can see it all over your accountants." And you'll have people that will be there for you. There's some people that'll pray for you. Some people that will say, "Hey, let's just go out to dinner so you could just get it all out. I'm not going to understand what you're saying, but let's get it all out there." Your family members and your friends are there to support you. They're your first line to help you in your journey to become unstuck. They may even say, "Hey, you know what? You have an opportunity to go to HR to find out what resources that you have. What resources did you have, that whether you're gonna study, learn more about leadership, what resources you have as far as working with people." They may even throw that out there, but your family members and your friends are so important. And can I share one thing about my family members? My friends
Go ahead.
actually helped me.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Miss
I had
Carla.
an instance where this man would touch me on the shoulder, and then he started to move down, and I thought, "Whoa, what's going on here?" And I didn't know what to do. I was young, and I didn't tell my family, but I told my friends. And they said to me, "Carla, you need to go and talk to him because it's inappropriate." And I was like, "Oh, I don't want to do that." They said, "No, but you must." And so I'm like,
Yes.
"Oh, Lord help me. This is hard." I'm not. So I went to his desk, and he worked way over into another division. And I went over there and I spoke with him, and he sat there, Daniel, like this, and he wouldn't say a word. And I said, with all the touching and everything, that's inappropriate, and I appreciate if you not do that anymore." And I said some other words. But I had to let him know it was inappropriate. And he sat there with his mouth hanging open. He didn't say anything after that. But with my friends, they're the ones who gave me the courage to do it. He never came over. Every time he saw me in the hallway, he dodged me. He went another way. Or if he was in our organization, he just went away from me. But it was my friends who gave me the courage to speak to him. So having those family members and friends will help you just in your personal leadership, but of course in your organizational leadership as well.
Family, family indeed. Yes. So, Miss Carla, the phrase stuck on the inside implies movement that is not movement,
Yeah.
like running on a treadmill while wearing a beautiful suit.
Hmm.
When did you last feel a genuine forward momentum in your inner life, not just for your career trajectory?
Oh, I could tell you. Um, Daniel, I could spend the next 3 hours talking to you about that. Okay, I'll just give you one. I'll just give you. I'll give you one.
Okay.
It was. I love to travel,
Mm.
and I felt that. Oh, I'm not traveling enough. I went to Portugal last September to speak. And then when I came back, I thought, oh, I want to travel more. But I just felt stuck. And then one of my friends said to me, she said, we're going on this missions in Rwanda next summer. I thought, what, really? And
Hmm.
then another person said to me, Carla, you know what? And she's from Thailand. She said, what if we did a retreat together in Thailand? I was like, really? And we shook each other's hands really quickly. So it was just taking the opportunities that were presented to me. That's how I felt. I got out of being unstuck. Instead of me saying, no, you know what? I still have to run my business. And I do. I do.
Hmm.
But they presented opportunities and I just said yes to them. That's the way I was able to get unstuck, just by opportunities being presented to me.
Your philosophy is if you take care of the people will take care of the mission. But who take care of you when you
Ooh,
are the one everyone leans on? Where do you lean?
oh my gosh. Daniel, that is way deep. I can tell you for me, I lean on the Lord and my friends and family because
Perfect.
I am a single woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a single woman with no children, but I have a very, very close relationship with my family and friends. Very close. Um, Even so much so that, like I mentioned earlier, how your family can see your expression, they can see your countenance, your body, when you're going through things, whether it's in your leadership, your leadership career. But they actually know so much of me because I am naturally a goofy, silly person. They know when I'm quiet, and I'm thinking, oh, everything is okay. I'm thinking, well, Carla, why are you quiet? What do you mean? Carla, you're quiet. You're a chatterbox, Carla. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, something's going on with you. Really? And then I think I said, oh, they're right. Oh my gosh. And then other instances where I'm raring to go, and they may be, Carla, you may need to slow down because even though you're saying yes, 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 the rest of the crowd is saying maybe, and you're raring to go. So they are able to come in and help me out and just be able to have people that I can lean on a daily basis. It's very important. And I also have some good colleagues, some really good colleagues that will be able to provide some information to say, or just a conversation to say, Carla, how are you really doing? I always say it's important to network. And when you network, you can find a few people who will stick with you throughout your business journey. So I have a few people to say, Carla, I don't want to hear about your business. I'm not interested. I want to hear about you. How are you doing? And then I will start off talking about that leaning on. I will start off, oh, well, I got to tell you something's going on with my business. And they will, okay, Carla. And then I'll say, but you know what's really going on with me? And whenever I sit and have when I'm like resting my chin I'm in my hand, and I really am able to talk to them, I'm able to share. And that's a huge part of me leaning on people. So I would say the Lord, my family, my friends, and my close colleagues.
Mm. Well, very well said, Miss Carla. Many leaders report feeling most isolated precisely when they appear most successful. The higher you climb, the fewer people there are who can truly understand their experience. Who is your inner circle that is not impressed by your title?
Oh, I can tell you, I have my two closest friends. They could care less.
They care less.
They could care less. We could go on vacation, Daniel, and we'll rent an Airbnb, and they'll say, "Okay, Carla, so it's your turn to wash the dishes, right? Yeah, it's your turn to cook dinner, right? Okay, so it's your turn to do this." And Carla, you like to rent a car? Did you do this? They could care less. They
Mhm.
care tremendously about me, but they could care less. And I tell you who else. I have two brothers. One is married with a wife and a daughter, and the other one is single. They could care less about me. When I go visit my brother, he wants me to cook for his family. And I'm like, okay, that's his focus. My other brother he's on the flip side. Oh, you just cooked something, Carla? Can I have that? So their focus is on their stomach. But they're the ones, Daniel. Did I answer your question? I'm telling you, they could
Definitely.
care less about me owning a coaching practice. They don't care
Hmm.
anything about that. Just take care of me.
Just being you.
Yeah.
So you spent 17 plus years in leadership roles, earning awards and recognition, but awards measure external performance, not internal peace. What award or recognition in your life come to or come at a cost that no one else could see?
Mm, that came at a cost that no one else can see. I tell you, it was when I was promoted to one role, and I thought I knew how to lead. And
Mm.
the leadership, not the leadership, but my leadership was very, very weak. And I started to get complaints. Well, I shrugged them off. I didn't, I thought, at times I thought, it's a big deal, but then I really didn't care about what the people were saying. It was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the organization, you always get complaints. You're not a good leader until you get a couple of complaints. I've heard that for years. But it came at a cost because I didn't listen on one end. And the flip side, I did listen to a manager who had poor leadership skills. So I didn't know the right thing to do because I did not understand what leadership really looked like. And it cost me. It didn't cost me a job, it cost me mental strain. It cost me a relationship, particularly with that manager. Because I just trusted in her so much, thinking, oh, she knows the right thing to do. And I was following her, and I was following the wrong person. Sure, I still needed to follow her as far as the business relationship, as a manager, but her philosophy of leadership was poor. And it just cost me that time in my life that I was able to learn, but I should have taken a better direction, a more informed direction, I would say.
Miss Carla, if you admitted today that you feel stuck, what would be the first thing you need to change? Not in your schedule, but in your understanding of what success actually means.
That it depends on me and my vision. So if I wanted to get unstuck, am I really living the life that I wanted to lead?
Mm.
And I had that instance, I had that several years ago. I had this highly successful position, and I got to a point that I I just thought, is this really all there is? And I felt so stuck in my head, just overwhelmed. So much to the point, Daniel, where I started driving around my area. Well, not too far from me, there's an area it's kind of like a country area where people, they plant a lot, plenty of vegetables and sell them. I don't know what it was, like a farm somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
But I would drive around, and then I would drive around. It's like I felt so stuck, and I knew that is not where I wanted to be. So what I ended up doing is I called a coach who could recommend another coach to me. And I had to get out of it in order to live my dream. My dream was to have my own business. But I was so stuck in the fact that, but I've reached, a high level job. I should be happy. And I'm feeling guilty because it wasn't enough. So I had to just simply say, you know what, Carla, get off this circle, get off this merry-go-round, and reach out to someone to be able to help you to get off so that you can start living your dream.
Well, congratulations, Miss Carla, because you did it. You did it.
I
So
told you
to
I'm
wrap up,
silly.
yes. So to wrap up our discussion for today, the leaders who inspire us most are often not the ones who never struggled, but the ones who struggled openly and kept going. If you shared your internal stuckness with just one person, who would that be and what's stopping you?
Say that, repeat that part again, if you could. Repeat
Yeah.
that question.
If you shared an internal stuckness, just one person, who would it be and what's stopping you?
Who would I share it with?
Yes, please.
Um, I would share it with a friend of mine. Her name is Joan.
Mm-hmm.
I would share it with her because we have two different personalities. She would not get into the emotional aspect of my stuckness. She will allow me to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, but
Mm-hmm.
she wouldn't get into, oh, Carla, I understand what you're saying. Oh, Carla, this and that, that and this. She will allow me to speak, and then she would come back objectively, and that helps my personality to be able to get out of my head and be able to move forward. If you come towards me with a lot of emotions, I'm gonna fall with it. But she helps me to be able to stabilize and also normalize where I am so that I can see everything objectively and then I can move forward.
Well, beautifully articulated, Ms. Carla. So, can you please recommend a book or books that influence your journey?
Oh, well, Daniel, I have two.
Yes, go ahead.
I
We
have
love
two.
it. The
Okay, so
more the
I
merrier.
have How Successful People Think by John Maxwell. The reason
Oh,
why it
yes.
influenced me is because he talks about thinking and actually putting thinking on your calendar. And
Mm-hmm.
it's for leaders, but everybody in my book is a leader. So thinking time. The other thing is The Art of Leadership. This is by John Donald Walters. And can I read a quick excerpt?
Oh yes, go ahead. Go
It's
ahead.
really quick. Okay, it's at the
Yes.
very beginning. He says, genuine leadership is of one only type, supportive. It leads people, it doesn't drive them, it involves them, it doesn't coerce them. It never loses sight of the most important principle governing any project involving human beings, namely that people are more important than things.
Very well said. So, Miss Carla, can you please invite our listeners to support your business or anything you want to promote on Book 101 Review?
Oh, sure thing. So I invite you all to come join me. I am a leadership coach and a business coach, and I help people to move forward. I like working with action people, people who are enjoying working with systems. So we get you to where you are and we move you forward. So I partner with you. It's an advisory um, meeting, and we actually get you unstuck so that you can live your dream, whatever it may be. It may be business, owning the business. It may simply be, what am I going to perform in my next chapter? We can get you there together. Check out my website.
Yes. Yes, people, let's support Miss Carla because if you support her for sure, more and more empowering business like this to rise. And of course, leaders for the next generations.
Yes.
So, Miss Carla, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome, people. See you soon.